So now we are making a dish which is called rice ujia, which basically means softly cooked rice. You know how we have dalia and we make it softly cooked with vegetables? So in this we're simply using brown rice instead of the dalia and making it nice and soft, and we can add any seasoning to taste. However, today I'm making it with nicely cut vegetables and with a little extra ginger, because ginger is very therapeutic, it's anti-inflammatory, and it really helps our immunity and lung health. So we'll begin with choosing a heavy based stainless steel pan or a ceramic pan like the one I'm using over here. This is one of my favorites because it's ceramic, and on the outside and on the inside is iron, and that is it's almost unbreakable because it isn't, it's made in a very special way, and it gives a lot of steadiness and warmth to the body. So we'll begin with, the flame is on now, and I'm just going to see that the pan is hot, and it is. We're going to add a little oil. And I'm just going to let the oil go all around, and then we're going to take the ginger. Oh, the oil is not yet hot, so I always test it by putting a little bit. So we're going to increase the flame a little bit so the oil is a little bit hotter. So it was on a low flame, I'm taking it up to a medium. I'm going to test. It should sizzle before I can add all of it. And that's sizzling now. So I'm going to add the rest of it. So here we have finely cut ginger, therapeutic and healing ginger. And we will simply saute that. And then add our onions. As we add the onions, we will always add a little bit of salt to make them sweeter and balance flavors. And then we'll start with the vegetables that cook the longest, that take the longest to cook. So in this case it's carrots, and I've cut them really thin in matchstick style so that they cook faster anyway. And then we'll add some yellow zucchini. You could use green zucchini. Frankly, you could even use lauki. I very often in my stir fries use lauki interchangeably with zucchini, and that's perfectly okay. So I'm going to lower the flame and let it simmer cook in this for about 2 minutes before I add the Chinese cabbage and the spring onions in the end. So we're going to see the veggies now. They're cooking in their own juice and they're almost cooked. If we need to, we can always add a little bit of water, but I think these look pretty good and we don't really need to add water right now. So I'm going to add the Chinese cabbage. Again, everything is cut like it's shredded or it's matchstick cut. It's very thinly cut, so it doesn't have big vegetables coming in the mouth, and it gives a nice, easy rice porridgey dish. And rice ujia can be had for breakfast. It can be had for as a main meal, along with other things instead of plain rice. And we're going to simply add some rice to it, which has been cooking in a heavy base stainless steel pan as per the recipe that you'll see in the rice, carrot and almond dish. So you could use any rice, any brown rice or unpolished rice as you may please. You could also just use leftover rice. So ujia is often made as a breakfast dish with leftover rice from the previous day. So we're going to take this rice and add it in, and as you can see, even though the rice has been cooking for 45 minutes, there is no burnt rice, and it's the way that we cook rice. You'll see in the recipe section for rice, that is the way that we cook rice, that even with simmer cooking for 45 minutes, it just makes it nice and chewy and digestible and doesn't actually burn. So the bottom of the pan should not really be burnt. And now we'll toss this over, bring the veggies from the bottom to the top and mix the rice in. It's already looking so pretty with all the colors, the carrot, the white, the yellow. So here we mixed in the vegetables, and as you can see, it's already nice and colorful. We're going to add a little more green with our finely cut spring onions and mix it in really well. So this dish is ready as it is. One could have it like this, or if you wish, you could add a little bit of water and cook it down for another 5 minutes if you want it like that soft porridgey style dish as well. But I'm going to leave it like this because it's looking really nice and pretty with all the colors, and we'll garnish and plate it and have it.